Shristam manamapi Vishachiputram atra surupam Rupam tasyagrajamuri purim Mathurim koshtuvatim Radha Kundam Kiriparam Ahoradikamadvasam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Sri Gurum Tam Natosmi Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Anandalila Maya Vigrahaya Hemabhaddivyat Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshe Chilpasti Kamaritaram Kamahati Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapada Vinde Namaste Charanara Vinda Vrinde Namaste Charanara Vinda Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Everyone, as if you're going to die right now. Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Saketi, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Sham Sundar Shikanda Shikar Smaraha Sumurali Manohara Radhikariskum Mama Kripanidhe Supyacharna Kinkarim Kuru Tavaivasmi Na Jivami Taya Bina Iti Vikyaya Devi Tam Namaham Charantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands and thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmadeva Paramaradhatama Guru Pada Padma, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashtotara Satasvisimad, Rupanuga Acharya Varya, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, I offer my pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada and all of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara. And finally, I offer my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vancha Kalpatarubhascha. We are also very indescribably fortunate to come in contact with the mission of our Sri Sachinandan Gaur Hari. Millions of years ago, Nimi Maharaj, he was inquiring from the Navayogendras about the Dharma, the religious practice in each of the 4 yugas, 4 ages. When he came to the discussion of Kali Yuga, there Sri Karabhajan Rishi, he said, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayayir Yajanti hi Sumedasaha. In this age of Kali, those who have Sumedasaha, good intelligence, who are fortunate, they will engage in worship of Sri Krishna through primarily, prayer means primarily through Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Varnam, this incarnation of Krishna himself, will Krishna Varna, he will utter the Varna, the syllables, Krishna, 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 always. And Krishna Varna, Varna means to describe. He will describe the pastimes of Krishna. And Varna also means one level or group, just like you have the 4 Varnas. One category. So he's Krishna Varna in the category of Krishna. Who's in the category of Krishna? No one. Only Krishna is in the category of Krishna. So it means he's Krishna himself. But in a special form, Tvisha Krishnam, Tvisha, whose radiance is A Krishnam, not black, that is golden. Sa'ang Upangasta Parshadam, and he will appear in this world with his angas. That means that Nityananda Prabhu and the Advaita Acharya, they are so close to him, they're so dear to him, they're like his own limbs. And Upanga, his sublimbs, very dear to him, like Srivas Thakur. Astra, his weapons. His weapons are Harinam. Who can avoid it? If someone is coming with kirtan, then they close their eyes, but they can't close their ears. The sound will go in, touch them, and liberate them from their karmic reactions, sinful activities. So his weapon is Harinam, and also another weapon, his beauty. His beautiful golden complexion. Emona kripala nahi shuni tribhuvane Krishna prema hoy jara dura darashane. He's so beautiful that if anyone will see the golden complexion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even from far away, then they will attain Krishna prema. And Parshad means his very intimate associates, headed by Gadadhar Pandit, Swarup Damodar, Roy Ramananda, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. Those who are in Madhurya Rasa, and they can realize his heart. So millions of years ago, the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been described. don't think that being Gaudiya is to be a member of one obscure minority Bengali sect. Gradually, as the Kali Yuga goes on, all will come to understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Param Tattva. As Krishna said, Mata Prataram Nanyat King Chidasti Dhananja, there is no truth superior to me. That very Krishna is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is no truth superior to him. Jayam Sada Paribhavagnam Abhista Doham, he is to be meditated upon, he is to be worshipped and served by everyone in the universe, up to Lord Brahma even. So, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this world and he has come with such gifts, such revelations that no incarnation ever gave before, that no Acharya ever gave before. Especially, he has revealed the mysteries of Srimad Bhagavatam. Jaha Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavastani, Ekantar Sai Koro Chaitanya Charani, Chaitanya Bhaktagana Nitya Karo Sangha, Tabito Janive, Siddhanta, Samudra Taranga. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami Pad said, if you want to study Srimad Bhagavatam, understand the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, the rahasya, the mysteries of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is no other option. But we must go and sit at the feet of a Vaishnava who is completely in the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we ourselves have to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Bhaktagana Nitya Karasanga, by regularly, preferably daily, associating with the pure Vaishnavas, servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, gradually, one will be empowered to enter into the waves in the ocean of Siddhanta. So, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati, he has said, Araditam Navapanam Brajakananam Te Naraditam Brajabanam Navavanam Braja Eva Dure Aradito Dvijasuto Brajanagaraste Naradito Dvijasuto Nataveha Krishna. He declared that if someone will worship the 9 islands of Navadvip Dham, then they will attain Sri Krishna in the forests of Vraja. They will attain residence in the forests of Vraja. If they don't worship Navadvip Dham, then Vraja will remain very far away. It's a very bold statement to make. If you come to Braj, there are many different sampradayas. Vallabh Sampradaya, Nimbarka Sampradaya, Vallabhi Sampradaya, all living in Braj and worshipping Radha and Krishna. But, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur was saying, if you don't worship Navadvip Dham, you will not actually attain transcendental Braja. Aradito Dvijasuto Brajanagaraste. If you worship Dvijasuta, this very beautiful, handsome, golden son of a Brahmin, Jagannath Mishra. This son, Vishwambar Mishra. That's Mahaprabhu's passport name. Vishwambar Mishra. If you worship him, then you can attain Brajanagara, Krishna as Paramour in Brajanagar. And if you don't worship the son of a Brahmin, then you will not attain Krishna in Vraja. So it's a very bold statement. Why? What does it mean? Srila Rupa Goswami Pad was instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. There, Mahaprabhu taught to him about the different levels of confidential lila in Braj. And Rupa Goswami composed it into poetry, Sri Upadesamrita. Vaikuntat janito para madapuri tatra pirasotsavat vrindaranyam udarapani ramanat tatrapi govadanaha radha kundam ihapi gokulapate premamrita pavanat kuryadasya virajato giritate sevam vivekinakaha. Madhupuri, that means Mathura Mandal, Vraja Mandal, is referred to by the name of Madhupuri because Mathura is the main city there. That Madhupuri is superior to Vaikuntha. Beyond this world, beyond the Brahmajyoti, so many Vaikuntha planets, but Mathura is beyond that. But why? Because Krishna was born in Brajmandal, in Gokul Mahavan. Krishna, Supreme Lord, is not born in Vaikuntha. He is eternally four-armed form, has no mother or father, and therefore no Vatsalya Rasa, what to speak of Madhurya Rasa. Therefore, Gokul, where Krishna is born, is superior, because he is appearing like a natural child from the womb of Mother Yashoda. Then there is mamata, possessiveness. Devaki cannot feel such possessiveness. Devahuti, Aditi, all the mothers of God, they cannot feel such possessiveness that I gave birth to him from my womb. But this mamata is the foundation of Prem. Atyanta pragara mamata yukt lokik sadbandhu bat sambandha. The swarup of love is the lokik sadbandhu bat sambandha, a relationship with Krishna which is just like the relationship you would have naturally with your own family and friends. Which is atyanta pragara mamata yukt, infused with excessively deep possessiveness. So how much superior is Gokul than Vaikuntha? But Tatrapi Vrindavan is superior to Gokul because Gokul is on the eastern side of Jamuna. But when Krishna got older, then he moved to the western side and lived in Nandagaon with his parents there, and on the western side is Vrindavan, and there Ras Leela takes place. So this Ras Leela is so high, confidential pastime, Kam Vijay Leela, the pastime in which Sri Krishna defeats Cupid completely. Not one Cupid, millions of Cupids. And all the other sampradayas who are worshipping Krishna, their realization comes this far. This is the greatest pastime, Rasa Leela, in the forest of Vrindavan. Yeah. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to reveal something more wonderful. Radha kundam mihapi gokula prate premamrita plavanat. Superior to Vrindavan are the pastimes of Radha Krishna in the caves and kunjas of Giriraj Govardhan, and there in the lap of Govardhan there is the supermost place, Radha Kund. The highest place of all, that Radha Kund is not a place. Radha Kund is Shrimati Radhika's Abhinna Swarup. It is another form of Radhika. There is no higher place than this, and all the pastimes there are far beyond in beauty and sweetness the pastimes of any other place. Yasyapyang salavain and nahati mahak saravam mukundasya tat pranebhyo pradikam priyevadayitam tat kundameva asray. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami said, Vrindavan is beautiful. So many wonderful places like Rasastali, Sevakunj and so on. But Govardhan is more beautiful. But all the beauty and all the sweetness of all the places in the Dham combined together cannot be equal to one speck of dust on the bank of Radhakund. Therefore, may I take shelter of that place, that divine place. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed this secret. But we know he has also taught Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumato Mahan. All of his teaching is based on Srimad Bhagavatam, revealing the secrets of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Vyasadeva in his Mangalacharanam, he said, Nigam kalpataro galitam palam Shukamukadamrita dravasam yutam Pibat bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvibhavukaha. This Srimad Bhagavatam is Rasa Amrita. It is the nectar of rasa. Drink, those who are bhavuk and rasik, they should drink it until they faint. Alaya means until you faint. Muhu means again. That means when you wake up, drink it again and faint again. Muhu raho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. This is the instruction of Vyasadeva in the beginning of Bhagavatam. Drink it till you're intoxicated and you lose consciousness. And when you come back to consciousness, again drink and again lose consciousness. Mahaprabhu and his associates, they're the example how they're relishing Harikatha in Jagannath Puri, in Gambhir, in Siddhapakul. So, Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi Srimad Bhagavatam Isyate Tad Rasamrita Triptasya Nanyat Sadhya Ratira Kvachit. In the end of Srimad Bhagavatam, he said, this is the essence of Vedanta, and one who has tasted this Rasamrita, then they can never be satisfied by anything else. So again and again Srimad Bhagavatam tells us, this Srimad Bhagavatam, it is the embodiment of Rasamrita. So what was there in Srimad Bhagavatam, all the mysteries and secrets, Mahaprabhu opened it up and inspired it into the heart of Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami explained that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The ocean of the nectar of Bhakti Rasa, and deep in that ocean was a very valuable jewel, the most valuable jewel, a blazing sapphire. That is Ujjvala Nilamani. Ujjvala Nilamani, yeah. So Ujjvala Nilamani is not a separate book. It's just the greatest treasure discovered in that ocean of Bhakti Rasa. So, how did Mahaprabhu reveal the mysteries of Srimad Bhagavatam and the glories of Radha Kund? You know that he has appeared in Navadvip Dham. Don't think that Vrindavan is up there in UP and Navadvip Dham is over there in West Bengal. Right? Don't think like this. How should we think of Navadvip Dham? Also our Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he's given a beautiful, beautiful explanation. If you will hear it, deliberate upon it, it will transform completely your conception of Navadvip Dham. He said, Vishuddha Dvaikaika Rasa Pranaya Vishuddha Dvaikaika Pranaya Rasa Piyusha Jalado Gani Bhute Dvipe Samudayati Vrindavana Maho. It means that Radha and Krishna secretly escape from the village and they go into the forest, and by the arrangement of Radhika Sakhis they meet together there, and in the beautiful kunjas of Vrindavan they embrace each other and they become so absorbed in love for each other they forget. Radhika forgets, I am Radhika and he is Krishna. Even Krishna, he said to Radhika, oh my dearest, if I say to you that you are my beloved and I am your lover, then this is not sufficient. If I say to you that you are my pran and I am your pran, then this is just empty words. If I say that I am yours and you are mine, this is only prato. Why? Because these pronouns, I and you, are not appropriate in relationship to us. Radhika said, Naso Ramana Nahama Ramani, Dui Manu Manubhava Peshla Jani. I am not his beloved, he is not my lover, but Cupid has melted our two hearts and we have become one. Nidu to Bhedha Brahmam. From the perspiration of their sattvic bhavas, all bewilderment of their being different from each other was washed away. So that rasa that Radha and Krishna relish in their meeting, Radha Krishna aiche sada ekai surup lila rasa ashadite dare duhe roop.
Listen, wait a minute.
This one? Haribo. Someone has to manage the conference call. I just apologize to all the other cameras. Sorry. Technical difficulties. So, Radha Krishna Aichi Sada Eka Hi Swarup Sila. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami said, Radha and Krishna, they're one Swarup. But eternally, they have manifested in two bodies. For what? For the relishment of rasa. So, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur is saying, Vishuddha Advaita Aika Pranaya Rasa Piyusham Jaladho. That, some people speak about Advaita, oneness. They have no clue what Advaita means. Advaita does not mean the monistic, non-differentiated, endless boredom of a light. Where personality is completely eradicated forever. This is not the meaning of Advaita. Advaita is a state of intense love. The feelings of oneness between Radha and Krishna. So Vishuddha Advaita, the pure transcendental feelings of oneness, which is called Pranaya Rasa, the mellows of Pranay. Pranay means when Radha and Krishna, they experience, my body and your body are one, my senses and your senses are one, my prana and your prana are one, my mind and your mind is one, my heart and your heart are one. In their embrace in the kunjas of Vrindavan, that is Pranaya Rasa. So that Pranaya Rasa, that rasa is an ocean. And that ocean is effulgent and spreads out in all directions unlimitedly. And when that ocean of the Pranaya Rasa, Radha Krishna's feelings of oneness for each other, spreads out everywhere into an endless transcendental ocean and condenses and condenses and condenses, then rising up, Gani Bhute Dvipe Samudayati Vrindavanamaho, one island rises up from that condensed Pranaya Rasa within that ocean. And that island is Navadvip Dham. Right? Not West Bengal. That is Navadvip Dham, wherein Radha and Krishna in the combined form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is eternally dancing, relishing the unlimited Amrita, nectar of Nam Sankirtan. So our Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he said, don't think that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just a form of Krishna. He said, don't think that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just a form of Radha. Don't even think that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just a combined form of Radha and Krishna. You should know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the murti of Radha and Krishna's deepest embrace. Vishuddha Dvaitaika Pranaya Rasapiyu Sham Jalado. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So though Navadvip Dham is accessible to all the jivas of Kali Yuga because it does not take any offense. The names of Gauranitai don't take any offense. Though it's very accessible, yet still it is the embodiment of the greatest mystery of Vraja. How wonderful it is that the lowest persons can stumble blindly and get their entrance into such a place which is actually the culmination of the highest Dham of all Vraja Lila. It's inconceivable. So when our Sachinandan Gohari was in Navadvip Dham, he was relishing Nam Sankirtan with his associates and distributing love to everyone. However, some persons, they were running away. They didn't want the mercy. When they saw it coming, they said, we're out of here. Running very quickly. Who are they? Mayavadi karmanista kuta kekagan nindaka pashandi jata padoya adham. 6 types of persons who sprint as fast as they can to get away from the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mayavadis, Kevala Dvaitavadi, impersonalists, Karmanishta, those who are very proud of following their worldly dharmas for elevation to higher planets. Kutarkikagan, those who are very much addicted to this futile arguments. Kutarka, bad logic, logicians. They always try to understand everything with their insignificant pea brain. Nindaka means persons who take pleasure in criticizing others. As it is mentioned, not in the Vedas, but it's a saying in India. Nindarasa sadapibet means always drink the mellows of criticism. Nindarasa sadapibet. That's what people like to do, just get around and sit around together, shoot the breeze and share the faults of others. So, those persons, they're also running away very quickly from the nectar of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pashanda, committed atheists, and Padwa Adham means the proud students. They're proud of their education, they've chosen their field of study, they think anything else is worthless, like a straw. So all these 6 type of persons, they try to run away from the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his pastimes in Navadvip. So, our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made a plan. His plan was to accept sannyas, and then, because it's Vedic culture, everyone gives pranam to sannyasis, then all these persons, just by habit and by social convention, they'll bow down to him and they'll get some benefit. So he left Navadvip Dham, and then he went to Jagannath Puri. And in the association of Swarup Damodar, Roy Ramananda, Srila Haridas Thakur, Paramananda Puri, and the other great Vaishnavas, he showed us how to practice our bhajan. Snana darashana bhojan, deha svabhav hoy, kumarera chokajena satata pirai. He's rising, going to the temple, taking darshan, going to the ocean, taking bath, honoring prasadam. He was just going round every day. He was doing all these things just by habit, like the turning of a potter's wheel. When the potter wants to make a pot, he spins the wheel. And then once it's spin, it's hard work to get the wheel spinning. But once it's spinning, then he has 2 hands free, he can make the pot. So in the same way, Vaidhi Bhakti, hard work. Like spinning that stone. Okay, it's going around. Gotta get up for Mangalati. Have to chant my rounds. Remember Gayatri. Do so many things. But once, gradually, when the anartha is clear and ruchi comes, then the devotee can enter into Raga Nuga Bhakti. And as the bhajan goes more deeply, then his body is just doing all these things, the outer things. And internally, both hands are free, always serving Radha Krishna in the Astakaliya Lila. Naturally, spontaneously. So Mahaprabhu set the example in his Navadvip Lila, Jagannath Puri Lila. So though he had been in Puri, Navadvip and in Puri, but still he made the very long and arduous journey to Vrindavan. Why? One day Mahaprabhu came to Swarup Damodar and Roy Ramananda, and he said, Prabhus, please give me permission to go to Vrindavan, and give it not reluctantly but willingly, happily. Because if you are happy, I will be happy. How gentle is Mahaprabhu. He's the Supreme Lord, but going to his own devotees and begging permission from them. So they said, alright, but you want to go alone, but if you go alone, we'll not be happy. So if you said our happiness is your happiness, then please take one Brahmin with you. We know someone who's just right for this service, Balabhadra Bhattacharya. So then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed, and he set off. He woke up in the middle of the night and quickly disappeared. The night before he prayed and took permission from Lord Jagannath. Then in the middle of the night he disappeared without telling anyone. So then the devotees in Puri in the morning were looking here and there and weeping in separation. Eka kale kota gela gaurav nataraj. Where did that beautiful golden dancer suddenly go? And he set off, not by the main road. Because last time he went by the main road, it was a disaster. Thousands and thousands of people started following him. It wasn't appropriate. So, when he met Sanatana Goswami on the way in Kanai Natsala, Sanatana Goswami said, Vrindavana yatra nahi ei paripati. This is not the way to go on parikrama to Vrindavan. Not the way. So that first time he tried to go, he changed his mind and he took the advice of Srila Sanatana Goswami and he returned to Puri. Why? Why did Srila Sanatana Goswami say that? Because our own relationship and sentiments towards Krishna, when the devotee attains bhav, that bhav will only manifest in the presence of others who are like-minded. Sajataya she snigde sadhu sangha swato bare. Sadhu sangha means associating with those who are significantly more advanced than ourselves, who are snigdha, very affectionate to us. That means that they have made a decision, a sankalpa. Oh, you will be my kripa patra, the recipient of my grace. So devotees who have that mood towards us, they're called snigdha, affectionate. And shadataya she means the innermost region of whose heart is perfected in the bhavs for which we aspire. Same mood. So because Mahaprabhu was surrounded by thousands of people and everyone's in a different mood, so that wasn't the way to go to Vrindavan, because he himself would not be able to relish the nectar of Brajmandal Parikrama. So he came back. But this time he set off, not going by the main road, but going through the forest. He went through the forest of Jarikanda. And there, traveling through the forest, or singing in great ecstasy, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bana dekhi Brahma hoy ei Vrindavan, Shaila dekhi Brahma hoy ei Govardhan, Jahan nadi dekhi taha mone ei Kalindi, Maha Prema Veshi nache Prabhu pore kande. Srila Krishna's Karaj Goswami Pad says that whenever Mahaprabhu saw a forest, he was bewildered. This is Vrindavan. When he saw a hill, oh, this is Govardhan. When he saw a river, this is Kalindi Jamuna. And he was dancing, crying, falling and rolling on the ground. Balabhadra Bhattacharya was astonished, seeing the ecstasies of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Mahaprabhu was going through the forest, sometimes there would be herds of rhinoceros, but Mahaprabhu would just walk straight through the herds, and they were parting, and Balabhadra Bhattacharya was a little bit behind. He was very nervously trying to follow in Mahaprabhu's footsteps, because he didn't know, okay, maybe they parted for him, but maybe when I get there, they'll just give me their foot dust. So he was very worried and just trying to follow in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu. Sometimes they went through herds of elephants, One time Mahaprabhu was remembering his Gayatri and mantras in the river, and a big elephant came there. And Mahaprabhu just splashed water on him and gave him a slap. Then the elephant roared, "Hare Krishna!" And the other elephants started to chant, and they were falling on the ground in ecstasy and chanting. Balabhadra Bhattacharya was looking with big eyes, what's going on? Some Mahaprabhu was walking, and some tigers began to follow him. And some deer began to follow him, and the tigers and deer were walking together. Unprecedented, never happens. You can try, make an experiment. If you're a zookeeper, get some deer and some tigers, see what happens. Disclaimer, don't do that. So, the tiger and deer were walking together following Mahaprabhu, and this is actually one speciality in the life of Mahaprabhu, that wherever he was going, whatever he saw, that a verse of Srimad Bhagavatam would appear in his heart and he would sing that. So Mahaprabhu looked around and saw the deer and the tigers walking together, and then an ecstatic mood from Srimad Bhagavatam appeared in his heart. Perhaps you know that Lord Brahma, he tried to steal Krishna's friends and calves, but that didn't work out so well. And Krishna bewildered him and made enormous display of opulences. Brahma could not believe what he was seeing. All thousands and thousands of Vishnu forms, all surrounded by all the demigods and all living entities, from Brahma down to small blades of grass, all dancing and doing kirtan around each form. He saw waves of opulence, so powerful that he couldn't even look, and he just closed his eyes. Kim idam, what is that? He said. And then he couldn't even think, and Brahma fainted. And then after some time, when he came back into external consciousness, Brahma rubbed his eyes. And when he opened his eyes, he saw the beauty of Vrindavan. And then Lord Brahma, he said, Yatra naisarga durvairaha sahasan mrigadayaha mitra ivajita vasa drutaruttashanadikam. This Vrindavan is such a wonderful place. It is the transcendental abode of the Lord, wherein even human beings and wild ferocious animals and other creatures who have natural enmity to each other live together, sit together in the same place like friends, completely untouched by hunger and thirst. So when Mahaprabhu turned around and saw the tiger and deer walking together, then this vision, this mood of Lord Brahma came in his heart, and he said this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and began to smile. And he continued to walk, and the tigers were embracing the deer and kissing. Why? Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he was feeling so much separation from Krishna in the mood of Radhika. But when he left to set out for Vrindavan, then that mood of separation increased 1,000 times. And as he arrived in Mathura, it increased 1,000 times again. And he took bath in Vishram Ghat. And then after bathing in Vishram Ghat, he came to Vrindavan, and again his separation increased thousands of times. The deer were approaching him. He went through Madhavan, Talvan, Bahulavan. The deer in the forest were approaching him. All the trees were bursting into blossom, into flowers, and fruits were growing on their branches were bowing down. All the trees and creepers of Vrindavan, they'd been dying for 4,500 years in separation from Krishna, and he finally came back. In the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was embracing the trees and creepers as if they were his old friends. When the deer approached him, Mahaprabhu said, another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam came in his heart. Danyasmamuddagatayo piyarinya eta yananda nandana upata vichitravesham akhanavena ranitam saha krishna saram pujam dado virachitam pranayavalokai. in the mood of the gopis of Vrindavan, who are feeling separation from Krishna. One gopi is in her home. Krishna is out in the field, she can't see him. But by bhava netra, by the eyes of ecstatic love, she begins to have a spurti of Krishna playing his flute in the forest, and the female deer, followed by the male deer, are approaching him. And though that young gopi is in her kitchen, she said, Danyasma mudagatyo pirinya 8. She's pointing her finger, saying, look at this deer. There's no deer in her kitchen. Look at this deer. Why? Spurti. Spurti of Krishna's beautiful forest pastime. Look at this deer. Dhanya, they are so fortunate, they're so lucky. Why? Because we are trapped in our homes. We don't have the love which is so strong that can break all boundaries. And we cannot overcome our nature and the fear of the censorship, the chastisement of our parents and society. But these deer, who are very shy by nature, give up their dharma completely, forget their shyness, and they approach Krishna. And their husbands are happy following them. If we went to approach Krishna, our husbands would hit us with a stick. So Danyasma Muddha Gatyop, even though these deer are muddha, considered to be unintelligent, but they are so fortunate. They're approaching Krishna, who is decorated so beautifully with so many different ornaments of forest flowers. So when Mahaprabhu saw the deer, he began to speak these verses. He wandered on the bank of Jamuna and remembered in Srimad Bhagavatam how in Rasalila all gopis were searching for Sri Krishna on the bank of Jamuna. Chuta priyala pasanasana kovidava jambaka bilva bakalam rakadambanita yenyay parata gatya samsantus Krishna padavim rahitatmanam naha. Oh mango trees, oh bilva trees, oh rose apple trees, even arka like small shrubs, completely useless, they have no flowers or fruit or anything. But gopis still, they were talking to all the plants, great and small, and asking them, have you seen Krishna? In the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was talking to the trees and plants of Vrindavan. Very beautiful. So there's a beautiful kirtan describing Mahaprabhu's parikrama to Vrindavan. Can we distribute? I don't think we have enough for everyone. You can share.
As long as I have one, that's well.
Can you get it online? You can get it online though, right?
I don't know. Well, I have one and you can give it to someone.
Everybody, can you make a little folder?
Huh?
Can you turn the AC?
It's down as low as you can get. It's sufficient for this room.
So in this kirtan, he said, Dule Dule Gaura Chand Hari Gunagai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is walking through Vrindavan, swaying from side to side, dancing and singing the qualities of Krishna. He's come to Vrindavan, and there, Vrindavanir Tarulata Prema Hoy Harikata, only seeing the creepers on the trees, and he can hear that Harikata is coming from the creepers. I remember once on Brajmandal Parikrama, Srila Gurudev said, if you walk through Braj with a very humble heart, praying for the mercy of Brajadam, then the dust of Vrindavan will speak Harikata to you. It was Srila Gurudev's realization. Oh, all the birds in the kunjas of Vraja are singing the name of Krishna. Gaura Boli Hari Hari, Sari Boli Hari Hari. Mahaprabhu was calling Hari Hari, and the female parrots began to reply to him. Then the male parrots, and then all male and female all together were glorifying Sri Krishna. Mahaprabhu became maddened with the nectar of the holy name. And as he was singing, he was surrounded by peacocks who spread their tails and danced around him. Prani Hari, Dhyana Hari, Hari Bolo, Bharan Bhare. His pran was full of Krishna. His dhyan was full of Krishna. Yeah? His life airs were full of Krishna. His meditation was full of Krishna. His mouth was filled with Krishna's Naam. As Mahaprabhu sank into the ocean of Vraja Rasa. Asya Jamunar Kule. And he came dancing on the bank of Jamuna. And at that time, Jamuna in ecstasy. Big waves appeared in Jamuna and rushed towards his lotus feet to embrace his lotus feet. So, can we sing it? It's anonymous. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. Asiya Vrindavane go. Asiya Vrindavane. And Nachi Gaura Rai. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. Dule dule gaura chan Vrindavane Tarulata Preme koi hari katha. Vrindavane Tarulata Preme koi hari katha. Nikunjera pagi guli. Nikunjera pagi guli. Hari Naam sunai. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. Dule dule gaura chan Prane Hari jane Hari. Hari bola bhajan bori. Prane Hari jane Hari. Hari bola bhajan bori. Hari nama gaye gaye. Hari nama gaye gaye. Aur ras gale jaye. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. Dule dule Asiya Jamuna Kule. Nachi Hari Hari Bole. Asiya Jamuna Kule. Nachi Hari Hari Bole. Jamuna utole eshe. Jamuna utole eshe. Charana dulai. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. Dule dule gaura chan Hari Guna gai. So just few verses to taste. So as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling, he came near Govardhan. And when he came to Govardhan, actually the first place he came to, there was a village. And the village, you can keep it. You don't need to collect it. Just keep it. It's for you. It's, yeah. Free. Mahaprabhu is giving free to everyone. So he came to a village called Arit Gaon. Arit? What could that mean? Arit Gaon. It was because of the ancient pastime of Aristasura, the killing of Aristasura. So Mahaprabhu was looking, and he asked the local people, oh, what is this place? They told him, this is called Kaliket and Goriket, the dark field and the fair field. He saw 2 rice paddy fields that were flooded very shallowly. And when Mahaprabhu saw them, he became overwhelmed with love. And he took bath in that shallow water. The locals were watching and thinking, what is he doing? No? If you go to the bank of the Ganges in Haridwar, or you go to Prayag, everyone goes there to do the snan in the holy place at the holy time. Now here's Mahaprabhu dunking under this very shallow muddy water in a rice paddy field. He took the mud also and made a tilak. They couldn't understand what was going on. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had discovered the location that was lost of Shyamakund and Radhakund. He himself personally came. Jai Sri Radha Govinda Ju ki Jai, Sachinandan Gauhari ki Jai. He came personally himself. Though there are many different places in Brajamandal, some were discovered by Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami. Most of the places were discovered by Narayan Bhatta Goswami, and he wrote about them in his Vraja, what is that? Vraja Vilas. So, but Mahaprabhu himself came and discovered, revealed Shyamakund and Radhakund. So the reason has been given in the Vedas. In the Rig Veda it is said, Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pasyanti Suraiha Diviva Chakshuratatam. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. The greatest sages behold the supreme Parampadam of Vishnu, the supreme abode of Vishnu. What is the supreme abode of Vishnu? Radhakund. Yes. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnus Tasya Kundam Priyam. Sarva Gopishu Sevaika Vishnu Atyanta Vallabha. Krishna is Vishnu. Vishnu is Vyapnotiti Vishnu, who is all pervading. Forearm Vishnu is not all pervading. There's no room for forearm Vishnu in the heart of Braj Gopis. So he's not for all pervading. Krishna is all pervading. Yeah. You think Vishnu is in the heart of Radharani? No. Krishna is there in her heart. So really he's the only person who's really all pervading. So he is Vishnu. And he is Vishnu. You know, the Rig Veda says, Purusha Sukta said, Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapatri. That Supreme Purush has thousands of hands, thousands of heads, thousands of eyes. So when Sri Krishna is playing with Radhika and Braj Gopis in the water of Radhakund, then he assumes so many forms. And he's catching them and embracing them everywhere. Madhu Mangal's laughing, oh, now I understand this mantra of the Vedas. Supreme Lord has thousands of hands. Catching all the Braj Gopis. So, that Supreme Abode is Radhakund. And we see in the Upanishads, it is said there, Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyo Na Medaya Na Bahuna Sutena Yameve Se Vrinute Tena Labhyas Tasyaisatma Vivrinute Tanum Swam. One cannot know, one cannot attain, one cannot see face to face that supreme truth by vast intelligence, by much study of the Vedas, by giving learned discourses. No. That highest reality is only revealed to that person to whom the Supreme Lord reveals. So here Tanum Swam means Tasyai Satma Vivrinete Tanum Swam. That person to whom the Supreme Lord reveals Tanum Swam, his own body. Right? So what is Shyamakund and Radhakund? Radha Krishna's Abhinna Swarup. It is the body of Radha Krishna themselves. So Radha Krishna themselves in the form of Mahaprabhu came to Braj and fulfilled the message of the Vedas. Tasyai satma vivinute swanam swam. My Abhina Swarup in the form of Shyamakund and Radhakund is only revealed when I reveal it myself. Huh? So you know that Shyamakund and Radhakund looks like two legs, but they're not. Because in the Sangam, underneath the bridge, they join together. So it looks like two, but actually they're one. So Radha Krishna like that, looks like two, but actually they're one. Understand? Now, our Sri Chaitanya by foot, he walked all the way from Puri, nearly 2,000 kilometers, to reveal what no one could reveal and to fulfill this prophecy of the Vedas. No other line, no other sampradaya, no other incarnation or acharya revealed this or realized this. Still, our Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, great acharyas, they could fly so high in the sky, but each one could fly at a different height. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went far beyond all their realizations and is inviting us to come to that realm. But we know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's revelation is not new in the sense that it is eternal reality and his praman is Srimad Bhagavatam. So now we want to come to that point why it is that only the Gaudiyas, only the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can realize the mystery of the revelations of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Shukadev Goswami is a master craftsman. He has carved an ivory earring that the Kapalik yogi of Mahaprabhu's mind is wearing all the time. That means Mahaprabhu is always listening to this Rasa Leela. And because Shukadev Goswami is the master craftsman, he's presenting this katha in the most powerful and rasic way possible. He's a rasic Shiromani. All our Goswamis are bowing down again and again to Shukadev Goswami. He's empowered to do that. So, we have heard Mahaprabhu was saying, Dhanyasva Mudda Gatyo Payarindra. This is from Venu Geet. Venu Geet is the time when Radha Krishna are young, they have fallen in love, but they did not get a chance to meet yet. So the Prema Rasa is just beginning. But when they came together, they abandoned everything and met with Krishna in Rasa Leela. That is a Pranay Geet. Krishna told gopis to go home. Then the rasa became more intense by separation in meeting. But still they had not become really close yet. And then Krishna began the Rasa Leela and then Krishna disappeared. Why? Because na bina vi pralambena sambhoga pushtimashnute. Without separation, the joy of meeting cannot be nourished to the highest point. So Krishna being Rasik Shekhar, being a connoisseur of rasa, he knows how to behave, how to mix all the ingredients together that the prem, the love will come to the highest point. So he disappeared from the Rasa Leela and he was watching Braj Gopis in there flailing in separation from him. And then finally, when they were weeping, Yatte sujata charnam buruham staneshu Vitashanai priyadadi mahika kasheshu Teinata vimmatasi tadvyatatena kimsut Kurpadi bi brahmati di bhavudam ayusham. O Krishna, your lotus feet are softer than the petals of a fully blossomed lotus, and we hold them upon our hearts so very slowly and carefully that your feet will not be injured by the harshness of our chest. So how can we tolerate now that you're wandering in the forest, in the dark? You may step on a stone. Just thinking of this, we become completely bewildered. We cannot even maintain our life. When Krishna saw these moods of Braja Gopis, he was astonished. He thought, this is so wonderful, I should do this again. He said, what secret bhavs of love that I didn't know existed has come out from the hearts of Braj Gopis during this Rasa Leela, it's so wonderful, I just want to do this every day. And so I can discover more and more jewels that they're hiding from me. So when the Rasa Leela was over, when Krishna came back then, of course, and then the Rasa Leela became successful, it became fully successful, and the Rasa of the Leela became paripakwa, not only ripe, fully ripened Rasa, Madhurya Rasa. But then, when that night, which was one night for everyone else in Braj, but for the gopis, Bhagavana Pita Ratri, it was like the night of Lord Brahma, more than 8 billion years. But then they returned to their homes, and in separation from Krishna, that 8 billion years seemed like a flash of lightning. So then, what happened was, in this Leela of Radha and Krishna, their life became divided into two parts. Night time, every night Krishna would go and dance in Rasa Leela with them. And every day, gopis were flailing in the intense pain of separation from Krishna. So now Prem has divided it into these two intense parts, Sambhoga and Vipralamba. In the daytime,
Oh, it's an alert.
Whoever has amber alerts on.
it's like, if you have
Start
something,
going.
if you have something, just turn it off, because during Harikatha, only person calling you is Yamaraj. So, during the daytime, Braj Gopis, it was very difficult for them to survive. Every moment seemed like thousands of years. Yugayatam nimeshena chakshusha pravishayatam shunyayatam jagat sarvam govinda virahenam. How can they survive? How can they make it through the day? But at night, Sri Krishna would go and meet with them, and they would perform beautiful Rasa Leela on the bank of Jamuna. So, Rasa Panchajai goes up to chapter 33. Chapter 33. Then, in chapter 35, comes Yugal Geet. Yugal Geet. So, of the Geets, which are during Krishna's Vrindavan Leela, whether it's Venu Geet, Pranay Geet, Gopi Geet, Yugal Geet is a Prauda Prem. That means the love has matured to its most mature stage. Could I continue for about another 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then we can all have a good time? So, it is the most mature prem. Why? Because the separation that occurs after meeting is far more intense. Because during the Rasa Leela, during the Nikunja Leela, there, Du Manu Manubhava Peshla Jani, Cupid has melted the hearts of Radha Krishna and they have become one. So after that experience of oneness with each other, now when they are separated, the separation is intolerable. And then this Yugal Geet comes. Bahama Bahu Krita Bama Kapolo Valgita Brurada Apita Venam Kumalangulibir Asprita Magam Gopya Virayati Yatra Mukunda Vyoma Janabani Tasahaside Vishmitastadupa Darya Salacha Kama Maganasam Arpita Chita Kashmalam Jayo Apasmita Nibyaha. Now Gopi separation is nothing like Venu Geet or even Gopi Geet. It's gone beyond that. Braj Gopi, one Gopi saying, "O Sakhi, now Krishna has gone to the forest. Listen, he's playing his flute. Bhamahu bahukata, bhamu kapolo. He puts his left cheek on his left shoulder like this, and then he puts the flute to his lips, and then before he plays, he moves his eyebrows, and he looks at his cowherd boys and says, listen to this one, it's going to be awesome. By his eyebrows he's saying, never heard anything like this before. And then Komala Anguli Bir, his fingers are so soft because his parents spoiled him and never did a day's work in his life. And he places his soft lotus fingers on the holes of his flute, and then he begins to play. And what happens at that time? Oh, one gopi is saying that what to speak of us, the earthly maidens, even the wives of the demigods in heaven are so attracted to Krishna's beauty that when Krishna comes home in the evening, the devatas are following and they're showering flowers, and when he goes into Nandagaon at night, into Nanda Bhavan, and Krishna takes rest, then the demigoddesses, they're just waiting in the sky in separation for him to come out again. And they're just waiting, and the demigoddesses in the sky, they're all dying. And then in the morning when Krishna comes out with his cowherd friends, they come alive again. And he begins to play his flute. And those demigoddesses, they become afflicted with intense attraction. They hear the sound and they think, oh, I have never heard anything so beautiful as this in my life. That person who's playing this melody has stolen my heart. And they're with their husbands. Sahasita. And they're thinking, oh my God, I hope my husband doesn't notice from my symptoms what I'm feeling. And the husbands are also hearing the sound of flute and saying, I had never heard anything so beautiful in my life. And even though they're male, they feel the attraction, romantic attraction to Krishna. And they're thinking, I hope my wife doesn't notice. Upadaya Laja means the husbands become embarrassed. Because they think, oh, my wife might notice and think I'm batting for the other side. So, Kahama Margana Samarpita Chita, and the male and female demigoddesses, they're struggling to contain themselves and hide their feelings from each other. But then they look in the sky and they see from the sound of Krishna's flute, the sound of his flute is cling, right? So what kind? He's Pushpaban, and they can see before their eyes the flower arrows of Cupid are coming like so many missiles through the sky, coming straight at them. And then the wives of the demigods, they see the arrows of Cupid coming, and they just say, oh, I don't care anymore. And they just open their cloth and say, shoot me. And then the husbands are thinking, who cares? Whereas on the battlefield they open their cloth like, let's see, shoot. And they say, yes, Cupid, take me, just make me a female. Apasmirta Nibya. And then the braids of the female demigoddesses are opening, their flowers are falling down, the knots in their skirts are loosening automatically by the sound of Krishna's flute, and their cloth is slipping, and they just can't remember who they are or where, they can't even remember their own name. This is the sound of Krishna's flute. And the gopis are dying in separation and describing these realizations to each other. One gopi said, Tahi Bhagnagata Ya Sarito Vai Tat Padambujara Jo Nilanitam Sprihayati Vayam Iva Bahu Punya Prima Vipita Bujasti Mitapaha. One gopi saying, just see, O Sakhi, when Krishna plays his flute, then such waves appear in the Jamuna. And then the Jamuna becomes stunned and she's not taking any step further. Gopis are feeling that in Vedic culture, the husband of the rivers is Samudra, the ocean. Right? The ocean. Because all rivers are running to their husband, the ocean. But when Krishna plays his flute, then the rivers say, forget that. Not going to a husband. So they stop flowing. And instead of going straight, they go here. Have you seen the Jamuna in Vrindavan? It goes this way and that way. Because it's trying desperately somehow or other to stay in Vrindavan and not go to the husband. So it goes around here, but around Panigat, then it comes back through Keshigat, then it goes around the back of Belvan. It's doing all these hairpin bends. If you see Vrindavan from above. So the gopis say, just see what's happening. And this river, Kalindi, she's like us. Priyayati Vayam. She wants to meet with Krishna. But when the breeze comes, Tat Padam Dulja Rajoni Lanitam, the breeze comes from the direction of Krishna, carrying particles of dust which have touched the body of Krishna. And when that dust comes and touches the Jamuna, then this trembling of the waves of the Jamuna is not just waves trembling, but it's the goddess Kalindi. She's stunned, but her arms are trembling like this, in love, in separation from Sri Krishna. And why is that? We can give an example. Let's just say, when you were young, you had a crush on someone, right? And you're really infatuated with them, but they never ever speak to you. Never. They should never show you any attention whatsoever. Right? And then one day, they look at you from a distance and call your name. Right? And then you feel so, wow, all my dreams are coming true. But then it just turns out that they have a friend with the same name as you, is kind of standing behind you. But you did not, and then that person came forward and hold their hands and they walk away. Right? Then how do you feel? Then how do you feel?
Horrible.
So, Braj Gopis are saying, Sprihayati vayamiva bahu punya. We are just like that Kalindi, that Jamuna river. We are abahu punya, means we don't have so much sukriti. Because we meet with Krishna during the night, but in the day we don't get the chance. And when Krishna plays his flute, we have this experience that Krishna's calling his cows on the flute, and we think that he's calling us. But then it ends up he was actually calling one of his cows. So Krishna has a cow called Kalindi, right? So the gopis are seeing Krishna play his flute, call Kalindi, the river got all excited, and then the cow came and Krishna was happy and didn't come to her, and then she's just like this, left in a state of separation and disappointment. So whether that is true or not, that is not the point. But Sarva Bhuteshu Ya Pasyat Bhagavad Bhavamatmana, what the gopis are saying is revealing their own mood, because they see their own prem in everything around them. This is Yugal Geet, very proud of prem, very, very intense. Mahanidara Kvachit Aganayanga Mahalaya Daita Ganda Tulasya Pranayino Nucha Rasya Kadanse Prakshipambuja Agayatayataha. One gopi saying, oh, the evening time has come now. So Krishna's come back from the meadows and he's come to Terakadamba. So at Terakadamba he climbs the tree and he's just checking that all the various groups of cows, his cows, they're coming home so they can go in the Nandakirak, Nanda Maharaj Goshala. So here in Srimad Bhagavatam, one Braj Gopi is saying, Manidara Kochit Aganayanga. Krishna has a japamala of jewels, Manidara. an Aganayanga, and he's counting the cows on his jeweled japamala. You see? Because he has 108 groups of cows. There's some yellow ones, some black ones, some white ones, some red cows. And they have 25 subgroups. So 4 times 25 is 100. And then there are 8 more random groups, like Singamukhi, the cows who have a head like a lion. Murdangamukhi, the cows who have a head like a murdanga. And then there's the spotted ones who have like spots of chandan on them. So he has 108 beads to make sure that all the eight groups are there, and he's counting them on his mala. But this gopi is saying, Mahalaya Dayita Ganda Tulasya. Krishna's wearing a garland, and this garland is so fragrant with the fragrance of tulsi. Pranayino Nuja. Krishna comes down from the tree. The fragrance of tulsi is not coming, there's no tulsi in Krishna's garland. What happened is, that day, Sri Krishna and Subal and a few very intimate Priyanama Sakhas, they're playing on the top of Govardhan. And they look down in the distance in the valley. It seems like a flash of lightning is coming there. It's Radhika and her Sakhis. So then Krishna and Subal and other Priyanama Sakhas, they think, oh, this is our very most fortunate day today. What can we do? So Krishna said, hey, help me move these rocks, because there are big waterfalls coming down Govardhan hill. So Krishna and his friends, they start moving the rocks to redirect the flow of the waterfall, so that it will change its course and make a lake right on the path where Radharani is coming. So Radharani is coming, she thinks this path it's an open path. I've came here many times before. But Krishna and Subal and others, they're moving the rocks, they redirect. Jai Sisi Radha Govinda Ji ki jai. They redirect the flow of the stream. And very soon there's a lake there, and Radhika and her Sakhis came on the bank of that lake. And they thought, how can we pass here? I don't remember this place. So Jogamaya, Giraj Govardhan, they arranged one boat, and see Krishna in disguise, he came across the lake in the boat. And they saw, who is this boatman? Then they realized, oh, it's that very tricky person. Utistathataro metarani mamatarayo shaktiraro haneka. Krishna tells Radhika, oh, sweet young maiden, utistathataro, get in my boat. Radhika says, utistathataro mamatarani taryo shakti. I don't have any strength to climb a tree. Because utistathataro can mean get in the boat, but it can be taken climb a tree. She said, I'm a girl, I can't climb a tree. She said, no. I said, getting this Tarani. So Tarani means boat, but it also means the sun god. She said, I have no relationship like that with the sun god. Everything Krishna said, the Sakhis are, Radhika is cutting his words at once. And all the Sakhis are laughing and embarrassing Krishna. Krishna said, no, now prasange, I'm talking about a boat, now prasange. So prasanga means the subject, now prasanga. The subject of a boat, that's what I'm talking about. But now can mean a boat, and now can be a pronoun in the Sanskrit, means hour, and prasanga means very intimate meeting. So, no, I said, now prasange. Right? I said, how dare you? How dare you suggest such a thing? Then Krishna, he doesn't know what to say. And all the Sakhis are laughing. This is called a Vachik Anubhav. You see? When Radha and Krishna meet, they have many Anubhavs. And one of the Anubhavs, some are in the body, some are in the speech. So Vachik Anubhav, one is called Ukti Pratyukti. They cannot control it. Argument and counter-argument. Don't think Radha and Krishna, when they meet each other, they decide, let's quarrel with each other. It's not like that. But the rest of the Anubhavs appear and make this Ukti Pratyukti very fast, argument and counter-argument. In fact, Yudha Keli Kutake Vraja Raja Sunam Chitwan Madhamadika Darpa Vikasi Jalpam. When Radhika defeats Krishna in a war of words, then she becomes very proud, and all of her Sakis glorify her, and just to rub it in to Krishna, his defeat. That's a very important service. If you want to be Dasya of Radhika, that's a very important service. If Radhika defeats him, you have to rub it in. Don't forget. Anyway, finally Radhika agrees to come into Krishna's boat. Krishna said, my boat is very small, I have to take you one by one. So she should come in the boat first. So then Krishna took Radhika in the boat, and they went across that lake, and their beautiful pastimes took place in that lake. So the fragrance of Radhika in her separation during the day, that he knew he just had to meet, they can't wait for the Rasalila at night. Their bhav has now come to such a highest point, like never before, unprecedented, that Krishna makes plans to somehow or other meet with them in the day. So his garland is fragrant with the fragrance of Radhika's Sri Vigraha. Pranay no nucharasya kadamse. He put his arms around his friend's shoulder. That means Krishna throws his arm around Subal. Well, thanks for helping me move those rocks. And that was a good day. He just came home, taking care of the cows. Fragrance of Radhika on his garland, and thanks to his Priyanama Sakhas for helping him in that. So Srimad Bhagavatam saying, Pranay no anucharasya kadamse. Like this. So Pranay, the Yuga Gita is going on like this. But a problem came. The Rasalila was going on in the night. And in the day, somehow or other, Krishna could try to meet now and then with some Sakhis or with Radhika. But their separation became so intense that they were becoming mad. And there's a danger that their behavior would be so incoherent that there would be a scandal in the village. Their parents, their in-laws, everyone will find out. Because now we come to chapter 35 of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Prem of the gopis has developed in this way. We can say that in Venugit, when gopis felt purvarag and they discussed Krishna's pastimes, they used to have a spurti of him. They would see him and experience meeting in separation. But now, even though they're actually meeting with him every night in Rasalila, then when they got home during the day, their separation was so intense that they thought that actually, maybe we've never even met with Krishna. That even the Rasalila during the night was a spurti, and we've never actually met with, and they began to weep in a great lamentation. The madness of separation has become so profound now that even their actual meeting at night, they thought it was a spurti in separation. And they're completely losing their grip on what is going on due to the intensity of prem. So then Krishna, seeing this, realized this Rasalila every night, it's just not going to work, it's not working out. I'm going to have to do a more wonderful pastime of Rasalila during the day. Right? During the day. So then, the next chapter, after Yuga Gita of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 36, is, what's that chapter? Aristasura Bad. So Yoga Maya sends Aristasura, and you will know the results of Krishna killing Aristasura. When he came to meet with the gopis, said, don't touch us, you've killed a bull. And that's against Dharma. Krishna said, but he wasn't a bull, he was a demon in the form of a bull. Yeah? And he said, well, it doesn't make any difference. Radharani knows Srimad Bhagavatam. She said, look, Indra killed Vritrasura, right? So Vritrasura was a demon, but actually he was a Brahmin because he came from the fire of Twasta. So he's a Brahmin. So, because Indra killed a Brahmin, even though he's a demon, Indra still had to do the prayastita, atonement for that. So I don't care if it was a demon in the form of the bull, you still have to do atonement, Krishna. So what can Krishna say? Srimad Bhagavatam Pramana Mamalam. So then Krishna, well, what do you want me to do? Radharani, being extremely reasonable, she said, just take bath in every holy place in the entire universe. So then Krishna, alright. So then where Arishtasura made some indentation in the earth, Krishna struck with his foot and he made a beautiful kund, and he called all the old holy rivers and holy places from out the universe. They all came and they filled up that kund. And they came one by one and bowed down to Krishna. I am Kaveri, I am Sindhu, I am Saraswati. And then they entered and they filled his kund. Then Krishna was smiling. He said, you adharmic vyabhachari gopis have never done any pious activities like me. You have never manifested such a holy place as this. It's the supreme holy place. Krishna took bath in it. He said, you have not done any pious activities like me. But I'm very merciful. You can take bath in my kund if you want. Gopis said, no. So then Radhika and Braj Gopis with their bangles, they dug another kund. And Krishna said, oh, you can take water from my kund. No. We'll bring our own water. And they made a chain with pots and they brought the water of Manasi Ganga and they filled Radha Kund. So then all the holy tirthas in Shama Kund, they were feeling most unfulfilled because they didn't have the chance to serve Radhika. So Krishna told them, you go and ask. So they came with folded hands praying at the feet of Radhika. Makeshwari, Kriyeshwari, Swadeshwari, Sureshwari, Triveda Bharateshwari, Pramana Sashaneshwari, Kameshwari, Shameshwari, Pramoda Kananeshwari, Vrajeshwari, Vrajadipe, Shiradike, Namostute. And they prayed, oh Radhika, even Lord Brahma, even Lord Shiva, they cannot touch your glories. No one knows your glories. Only Krishna himself has some realization of your glories. Therefore he is hankering all the time to sit at your lotus feet and massage them. Please be merciful to us. Allow us to serve you. So Radhika permitted them, yes, you can go. And they broke through the bridge between Shamakund and they went underneath. And in this way, Shamakund and Radhakund became one. So from then on, every day at the midday pastimes, from 10:48 to 3:36, in the Nitya Lila of Radha and Krishna, they come there, and the highest, most divine pastimes are relished and revealed there. So in a very covered, rasic way, Parokshavad, Srimad Bhagavatam is indicating the gradual increase of Prem, more and it becomes riper and riper, and then the Rasalila, and then more than that in Yugal Geet. Then the next chapter is in the Parokshavad, indicating the appearance of Radha Kund, the highest pastime and the highest Prem. And therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, revealing the inner secrets of Srimad Bhagavatam, personally came to Braj, discovered those places, and taught Srimad Bhagavatam. Radha Kundam Mihapi Gokalapate Premamrita Plavanat. There is no place superior to this. It is higher even than Rasalila in Vrindavan. And what discriminating person would not want to serve the lotus feet of Radha Krishna on the bank of her Abhinna Swarup Radhakund, Gaura Premananda. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Prema Purushottama Sachinandan Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai, Jai Gaura Sitanatha Premanande.
Prem Prayojan Prabhu ki
Sadhu, sadhu.